Yo, what is up, boys? It's your boy Fresh Left Flip Nation. Today I'm doing a different one. I'm trying to learn how to become more talkative and more expressive and talk about some topics that I'd like to, talk about while we play some games. You know what I'm saying? Just like the good old days. So today's topic is divorce your wife, leave your children, and stop watching short form content. Trust me, I love watching Instagram Reels. I love it. It's funny. It's cool. A lot of memes, a lot of funny business, funny jovely, you know what I'm saying? And it adds a lot of effect to life. You wake up on your phone, you go on your phone straight away, you watch some reels, get the energy up, and that's how you start the day, right? That's how we all do it, right? And I never saw it as a problem. Now listen, I never really used my phone other than short form content. And I didn't see it as a problem at the time because it's a little bit of entertainment. It's the same as watching, a YouTube video and so on. And oh boy, was I wrong, bro. Was I wrong indeed. So what made me start realizing that short form content was actually not good for me? To be honest, it was when it really got to me is when I constantly saw people succeeding and flexing and showing off what they had. It made me become super sour and ungrateful with what I had in life. It made me ungrateful because it's like, damn bro, why does that guy have it and why don't I have it? Remember, I'm a streamer, I'm a content creator, so I try to succeed in that field as well, right? And if I'm not able to do it and some other average Joe is doing it, or some guy who doesn't deserve it's doing it, or some weirdo's doing it, it just made me sour and bitter. Now, I didn't see it as a problem. I was like, maybe that's just my issue because I'm so determined and I really want the success. Maybe I'm just deeping it too much, so on. And then when it first hit my head, I was in line at Burger King or Hungry Jack's, whatever you guys call it in your country. And I was in line. There was one person in front of me. I couldn't resist but to pull out my phone and go on Reels and watch a few Reels just to kill time for that person to leave. And when I grabbed my phone and the girl called for my name straight away, I was like, wow, I couldn't even wait a minute without needing to watch something to kill time. And that's when it first started to make me realize, like, wow, this is this is serious, So time after time, I'll delete it, reinstall it, delete it, reinstall it, all that nonsense. And I expected it to heal something or change something, and it didn't do much for me. It didn't do much for me at the time. And then I tested myself recently. I said, if I don't use short form content or watch short form content, I won't have a purpose for my phone. So I deleted Instagram and TikTok and, all of that stuff. And I kid you not, I did not touch my phone. My screen time went from 2 hours a day to 7 minutes, bro. 7 minutes. Half of the minutes were on WhatsApp with my mother. Like, and that's when I realized, like, man, what happened? Like, I couldn't go to the toilet without watching Instagram Reels. I couldn't flip and go on a bus without watching Instagram Reels. I couldn't flip and do anything without having my phone in my hand and, like, checking what's going on. And then another thing for me, since I am a content creator, I'm always hoping that when I open up the app, I see 5 followers, a new follower, a new comment, something like that. But every time you refresh it and check it, there was nothing. So every time I open Instagram, I was like, comment, nah. So get my expectations up, I'll be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So time after time, I just tried to move away from it as much as I could. And I talked to some people. I see my wife's screen time, I see my friend's screen time, and they're all like 8 hours, 7 hours. I'm like, bro, that's how long you sleep. You're telling me altogether you're sitting on Instagram and TikTok for 8 hours? Imagine, listen, I'm not going to say here, bro, like, yo, imagine if you got a job, imagine if you tried to do something. I'm not even saying that. Just imagine if you put that time into something beneficial. Something like learning, reading a book, flipping drawing, flipping making art, editing a video, dancing, push-ups, you name it, whatever you want. And just 10% of that. Imagine how much further you could get in life, and with how you feel. And man, like, I love watching memes. I love short form content with like a nice bang, nice, nice taste, nice. I have a very good algorithm. And yeah, just constantly like realizing, wow, I can't even sit on the toilet without my phone. I feel like I lost my creativity as well because after just looking at other people, all I wanted to do was to copy others. I never had my own creativity. I never had my own wave because my brain was so focused on just absorbing whatever the flip I was shoving into its face at the time, right? And man, I wish I realized earlier, because being bored is okay. You're allowed to be bored. And it's a good thing, because when you're bored, it makes other things better when it comes. For example, if you play a game every single day over and over and over, eventually people are going to be like, oh, gaming's dead. Gaming sucks. Oh, it's so bad. And I've been there. I've been like, oh, gaming's so trash. Then I took a step away from it all and moderated it. And it eventually became a lot more enjoyable. Everything is a balance, okay? You know what I'm saying? So, get off your phone. Yeah? Go for a walk. If you're gonna go on your phone and spend 8 hours a day on it, at least try to make it something productive so you don't feel like a complete bum. Yeah? But yeah, that's why you should divorce your children and divorce your wife and leave your children and learn Arabic. It also made my anxiety a lot worse, because it would put a lot of things in perspective, you know, seeing other people doing a lot more than you, or doing ideas and things that you never thought you could even do, or even have the abilities to. It's just bad, bro. Like, you know, I'm never the type of guy to leave a comment on someone's post, because I really, like, try not to. And I know there are people out there who obviously leave comments on people's, you know, stuff, and they voice their opinion, and that's another thing. Like, reading people's opinions just pissed me off, bro. Some people on the internet are so stupid. You know, like, it's shocking that people are that disabled to be on the internet, that stupid, with such a dumb head. You know, a zombie head. And just seeing the fact that people can say such dumb things and bad things, get away with it, and be toxic and voice their opinions, and it's just nonsense, bro. It's such a waste of energy. Like, I'm a Muslim. Obviously, there's a lot of debates and all this, like, you know, Christianity versus Islam, and this guy's a terrorist, and this organization, and this. And it's like, bro, like, it's just so much nonsense I don't need to hear, you know? I'm not living for this guy. I'm living for myself. And to just mash my brain with a bunch of nonsense, half of it being propaganda, or some bot account just trying to, you know, like, or someone trying to farm reactions. It just sucks, bro. It's such a shit place to be in. Excuse my swearing. It is not, you know, the old internet was a place where everyone got together, showed love, you know, little bit of toxicity, no worries, I don't mind that. But now it's just become a place of just pure hatred and unlimited toxicity, man. Like, that's literally all it's become. It's just straight, voice your opinion, think that people care about you, and then unfortunately I come across a comment that pisses me off, because it's like, how stupid can you be? Like, how dumb? You flippin' vegetable. Like, how stupid can you be to think that is correct, you know? But that's my fault for falling for the rage bait. But that's when I realized, like, what's the point? If I take myself away from that environment, I won't have to deal with flippin' twats. You know what I'm saying? It's just so distracting. It takes you away from what is good for you, you know? Like, a lot of people can't even go out the whole day without using their phone. Like, back in the day, think about it. Back in the day, in the flippin' Ottoman Empire time, or flippin' whoever's time you want, Genghis Khan, whoever, right? These guys weren't flippin' watching TikTok or Instagram Reels. They were... I'm not even gonna talk about Genghis Khan, but you know what I'm saying. Like, they were doing something else, I guess. Like, I'm all for a little bit of entertainment. I'm all for a little bit of this and that, but it has to be a balance, bro. It has to be a balance. It can't just be, you know, just 24/7. Need my phone. Can't go in the toilet without my phone. Can't leave the house without my phone. You know, so on, so on. So I'm glad I'm getting away from it. I hope you guys realize as well that it can be bad. Yeah, but moderation is the key here. Yeah. Don't comment on people's posts unless you have something good to say, in my opinion, or something positive or something funny. A lot of people spread negativity online, and negativity sells, because everyone wants to see hateful things and negative things. That's just life, bro, you know? It sells. Why do you think politics and all this stuff is so up there, you know? Negativity sells, bro. Nobody wants to see some guy be nice. Nobody wants to see someone be cool and praise. Someone wants to put someone down, because, you know, obviously they've got a bad life as well, you know? I haven't even got to the point about your brain. You're becoming... I don't know if retarded is the right word, but you're numbing your brain the more you watch short form content. I remember, I have good memory as a kid. I've had a good memory for a long time, yeah? Ever since I started watching Instagram Reels and just wasting my time, every day started feeling empty, and I started to forget things, bro. Like I genuinely became so forgetful, and I couldn't even memorize like 9-digit numbers. You know, I remember one time when I was a kid, I looked at the back of my mom's credit card and I flippin' memorized it in a blink of an eye. And people say photographic memory. No, bro, it wasn't. I just read the numbers out to myself, and I really wanted to buy this Minecraft skin, this cape, and I just I remembered those numbers, you know. And now I can't even remember 6-digit numbers these days, you know. So I'm trying to get away from it completely and stop teaching my brain to, you know, not retain information. When you watch a short form content and you quickly swipe, your brain's not retaining anything, you know. You know, like it's bad for your attention span. It's bad if you're a fidgety guy, you know. It's just not it, bro. It's not it, you know. Go flip and learn your multiple times tables. Go learn how to flip and count backwards in French. I don't know. Just get off the social media, man. Like, it's so bad. You're just clogging your brain with nonsense. You're losing your inspiration. You're killing your creativity. Like, obviously, there's a lot of inspiration and good on social media. Sure, I do not disagree, right? But you know, I feel like it doesn't outweigh the negatives, because you can look at one inspiration and then it turns into a tangent, you know? Get off of it. Get off of that stuff. Watch some real stuff, beneficial stuff, and don't be a zombie, bro. Don't gobble up everything on the internet, man. You're making yourself stupid. Be smart. You are born to be a warrior. Flip Nation out.